The seas are restless, and an old pirate returns. New waters, new enemies, and the treasure worth dying for. Pirate code is clear. Trust no one. Legend. The cursed ship, a forgotten picture of a lifetime. When the wings change are found, others demand to be stolen. Will you answer? Pirates of Caribbean 6 coming soon. Pirates of the Caribbean, the epic journey of timeless adventure. The introduction, the legend of the sea. There are few film franchises in Hollywood that have managed to blend myth, magic, humor, and adventure as beautifully as Pirates of Caribbean. When the first film was announced, no one expected a movie inspired by the theme park ride to become a global phenomenon. But what began in 2003 with a drunken, swaggering pirate named Captain Jack Sparrow soon became one of the most beloved sagas in movie history. At its heart, Pirates of Caribbean is more than just a tale of treasure and curses. It's a story about freedom, destiny, loyalty, and the thin line between hero and villain. The sea, in all its mystery, become a metaphor for the life itself, unpredictable, dangerous, and filled with wonder. Over the year, the franchise has evolved, exploring legend of cursed gold, ghost ships, sea monsters, and eternal life. Behind the scene, its tale of creative risk. Massive budget and unforgettable performance that defined the generation of fantasy cinema. In the first part of our deep dive, we will explore how this adventure began, how it was made, and how one man's swagger redefined the meaning of the pirate. From the theme park ride to global blockbuster, long before Jack Sparrow ever graced the big screen, Pirates of Caribbean was a simple yet iconic Disneyland attraction. The ride, which opened in 1967 in the Anaheim, California, took visitors through a dark, slow-moving boat journey across scene of pirates looting, singing, and fighting in Caribbean villages. It was one of Walt Disney's last personally supervised project before his death. When the idea of turn the ride into a movie first emerged in the late 1990s, many inside Hollywood were skeptical, theme park adaptation rarely worked, and pirate films were considered box office poison. The last few pirates movie before 20 Cutthroat Island and The Instant had flopped miserably. But Jerry Bruckheimer, the blockbuster producer known for Top Gun and The Rock, saw potential. He imagined a film that was not just about pirates, but about supernatural adventure and high sea fantasy, something audience had not seen before. Bruckheimer approached screenwriter Ted Elliott and Teddy Rousseau, who had written Aladdin and Shrek, to craft the story. Their script took the spirit of the ride, its humor and chaos, and added a entirely new mythology involving cursed treasure, undead pirates, and the charmingly insane anti-hero. Then came the director Gore Verbinski, known for his creative flair in The Ring and Mexican. Verbinski wanted to capture both the comedy and the dark beauty of pirates legend, a blend of swashbuckling action and ghostly horror wrapped in family friendly fun. Still, Disney executives were unsure until Johnny Depp walked in. The birth of Captain Jack Sparrow. When Johnny Depp first pitched his version of Jack Sparrow, the studio did not know what to think. He based the pirate's slurred voice, gold teeth, and flamboyant gesture on the mix of Keith Richards, the guitarist of the Rolling Stones, and Pepe Le Pew, the cartoon skunk known for his over-the-top charm. Disney executives were initially horrified. They thought Depp's performance was drunk, weird, and unmarketable, but Depp stuck to his guns. He argued the pirates in their time were the rock star of the sea. Rebellion style is unpredictable. It was a risk, but when The Curse of the Black Pearl finally hit theater, audience fell instantly in love with Jack Sparrow every move, word and smirk. He was not a traditional hero. He was selfish yet lovable, brave yet cowardly, ridiculous yet wise. Depp's performance earned him a Academy Award nomination, something unheard of for a role in a theme park adventure film. Jack Sparrow became the heart of soul of the series and living legend whose mere presence could turn chaos into charm. The making of Curse of the Black Pearl 2003. The first film production was a massive challenge. It was filmed across the Caribbean island and California coasts, featuring elaborate ships, massive sets, and complex CGI effects to bring Cursed skeleton pirate to life. Industrial Light and Magic (ILM) handled the groundbreaking visual effect. The cursed new crew, Flash by day, Skeleton by moonlight, required digitally visually combined with motion capture. This blend of Practical stunt and computer animation gave the film a unique look that still holds up decade later. The ships themselves were fully built, not just CGI construct. The Black Pearl interceptor, the Dauntless were real floating sets, adding authenticity and scale of every naval battle. Meanwhile, composer Hans Zimmer and his protege Coles battled craft the now iconic soundtrack. The theme is pirate, bold, adventurous, and unforgettable, become synonymous with heroism and adventure worldwide. Story summary: The Curse of Black Pearl. The film opens with a young Elizabeth Swann, daughter of the governor of Port Royal, discovering a boy adrift at sea, Will Turner. She hides his pirate medallion, fearing he may be linked to pirate. Years later, Elizabeth and Will have grown up. She is elegant daughter of nobleman and he is a humble blacksmith secretary in love with her. Their lives change forever when the mysterious pirate Jack Sparrow arrives in Port Royal. His grand entrance, stepping off the sinking ship, perfectly captures his absurd brilliance, but his arrival coincides with the raid by the ghostly crew of the Black Pearl, led by Captain Barbossa, Jeffrey Rush. They kidnap Elizabeth, believing her medallion can break their curse. The curse. Year earlier, Barbossa and his men stole a chest of Aztec gold. The treasure was cursed, turning them into undead beings who can't die, feel, or taste. They wander as skeleton ghosts beneath moonlight, desperate to regain their humanity. Jack, who once captured the Black Pearl before Barbossa immunity, seen an opportunity to reclaim his ship. Will, motivated by love, join Jack on the wild quest of rescue Elizabeth and defeat Barbossa. Theme, tone, and magic. Unlike most pirate stories, The Curse of Black Pearl mixes adventure with supernatural fantasy. The concept of cursed gold, immortal pirates, and moonlit skeleton added a gothic edge their appeal to both young and adult audience. The film also balances romance, Will and Elizabeth, comedy, Jack's antics, and action, sword fights, sea battles, all while exploring deeper theme of freedom, greed, and destiny. Jack's dialogue, full of double meaning and nonsense, often hide clever philosophy. One of his most famous lines, "Not all treasure is silver or gold, mate." Capture the essence of the series that the real prize is freedom itself. The trio, Jack, Will, and Elizabeth. The chemistry between the three leads was one of the film's strongest pillars. Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp, the unpredictable trickster who always seemed both lost and one step ahead. Will Turner, Orlando Bloom, the honest, noble blacksmith torn between love personal betrayal creates much of the emotional energy. In one scene, when Jack tells Will Smith, "You need to find yourself a girl, mate," it's a both teasing and pathetic because Will's love story driven the entire trilogy. Barbossa, the perfect pirate villain. Geoffrey Rush's Captain Barbossa deserves special mention. His portrayal was menacing yet strangely likable. A pirate who caught Shakespeare on one moment and bite into an apple the next, despite no being able to taste it. His final line after the curse is lifted, "I feel cold," before dying remains one of the most memorable villain deaths in early 2000 cinemas. Recapture and box office triumph. When The Curse of Black Pearl released in July 2003, critics and audience were stunned. They expected a generic Disney adventure, but what they got was a smart, funny, and thrilling film with an iconic lead. The film grossed over 645 million worldwide, becoming one of the highest grossing movie of the year. It received 5 Oscar nominations, including Best Actor for Johnny Depp, a rare honor for a fantasy adventure. Reviewers praised its sense of fun, visual effects, and Depp's groundbreaking performance. It revived the pirates genre, inspired countless imitators, and proved that family-friendly adventure films could still have artistic flair. Behind the scene trivia. Keith Richards, who inspired Jack's mannerism, later played Jack Sparrow's father in At World's End. Johnny Depp designed Jack's costume himself, adding trinkets and beds as memorable of different ports. By the time The Curse of the Black Pearl ended, Jack Sparrow had become a household name. The film not only resurrected the pirate genre but also created a cinematic world where ghosts, gods, and greed ruled the seas. Yet this was just the beginning. The next chapter would dive even deeper, introducing Davy Jones, the Flying Dutchman, and Kraken, the war that would decide the fate of the all pirates. Pirates of Caribbean: The Complete Saga. From a theme park ride to a global cinematic adventure, the birth of a pirate legend. Few film series have captured the world imagination quite like Pirates of the Caribbean. What began as a single adventure film in 2003 quickly turned into one of Hollywood's most beloved and successful franchises, with its mix of humor, sword fight, supernatural myths, and the unforgettable swagger of the Captain Jack Sparrow. Pirates of Caribbean redefined the pirates genre for the modern audience. Before the series, pirates movies were considered risky investment. Most previous attempts had failed at the box office and studio avoided them, but producer Jerry Bruckheimer and director Gore Verbinski changed that narrative forever. They combined adventure, fantasy, and comedy in a way that felt both nostalgic and fresh. Today, the Pirate Saga stands as one of the highest grossing franchises in film history. Hello, 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 hello. Today, the Pirate Saga stands as one of the highest grossing franchises in film history, with more than 4.5 billion earned worldwide. It had inspired video game, novel, theme park expansion, and even academic studios about its cultural influence. But the story of Pirates of Caribbean did not start in Hollywood. It began at Disneyland. Disneyland. The origin from Disneyland right to blockbuster vision. The roots of Pirates of Caribbean lie in one of Walt Disney famous theme park attraction. The original Pirates of Caribbean ride opened in 1967 at Disneyland, California. Just a few months after Walt Disney's death, the ride took guests on journey through a Caribbean town under siege by pirates, complete with animatronic figure, music, and sense of adventure that capture the spirit of high seas. For decades, the ride remained one of Disney's most popular attractions. The idea of turning it into a film was floated several times in 1999, but executive feared audience would not take a theme park movie seriously. After all, few believed a 10-minute boat ride could inspire a 2-hour epic. That changed in early 2000s. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer, known for big hits like Top Gun and The Rock, saw potential in the concept. He imagined a live-action fantasy adventure filled with curse, teaser, sword fight, and roguish hero like any seen before. Disney executive gave him the green light on the condition that the film appealed to families and adventure lovers alike. Enter Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley, and the brilliant script that combined supernatural mythology with blocking action. The result would become one of the greatest cinematic surprises of the 20th century. The making of the first film, The Curse of Black Pearl. When production began on Pirates of Caribbean, The Curse of Black Pearl, few people expected it to be a hit. Hollywood analysis even predicted it would flop. But the film creative team had something magical brewing. Director Gore Verbinski approached the story like fantasy western. He wanted the world to feel authentic yet mysterious. The movie was filmed in exotic locations such as St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the Caribbean, bringing a level of realism rarely seen in adventure film of that era. The biggest surprise, however, was Johnny Depp's portrayal of Captain Jack Sparrow. Depp based the character partly on rock legend Keith Richards of the Rolling Stone. He played Sparrow as drunken, unpredictable, and oddly charming anti-hero, someone audience could not take their eyes off. Disney executives were initially nervous Depp's quickly performance was unlike any typical Disney hero, but when test audience saw early footage, they loved it. Jack Sparrow became an instant icon. Story summary: The Curse of the Black Pearl. The first film tells the story of Will Turner, Orlando Bloom, a humble blacksmith who secretly loves Elizabeth Swann, Keira Knightley, the daughter of Governor of Port Royal. When Elizabeth is kidnapped by a cursed pirate aboard the legendary ship, the Black Pearl will team up with the eccentric pirate Captain Jack Sparrow to rescue her. The pirate, led by Captain Hector Barbosa, Geoffrey Rush, are under a terrifying curse. They appear human by day but turn into undead skeleton under moonlight. They are doomed to live forever until they return all the stolen Aztec gold that cursed them. The film combined the thrilling sea battles, witty humor, and supernatural mystery. Jack's unpredictable nature keep everyone guessing. He is not quite a hero, but not a villain either. In the end, the curse is broken, Barbossa is defeated, and Jack Sparrow escapes execution with his trademark grin. The movie ends with Will and Elizabeth love finally acknowledge Will Jack while Jack sail off into the horizon, setting the tone for the future adventure. Critical and commercial success. When The Curse of the Black Pearl released in July 2003, it became an unexpected phenomenon. Critics praised its fun spirit, witty dialogue, and especially Johnny Depp's performance. He even received an Oscar nomination for Best Actor, a rare honor for a performance in the fantasy action film. The film grossed over 654 million worldwide, reviving the long dead pirates genre. It proved that audiences were hungry for adventurous escapism and unique character. The success also gave Disney confidence to turn the movie into a full-blown franchise, expanding the universe sequel on horizon. Following the success of first film, Disney quickly announced two sequels to be filmed back to back. Hello. Hello. The Pirates of Caribbean Dead Man Chest, 2006. The Pirates of Caribbean at World's End. Both films would continue Jack Sparrow's adventure and explore deeper pirate mythology. Director Gore Verbinski returned and so did the main cast. These movies would be bigger, darker, and more ambitious, introducing mythical sea creatures, cursed captains, and the massive pirate war. The trilogy would become one of the most successful cinematic saga of the decade. Behind the scene, the creative team. The first pirate film would much of its charms to its creative team. Director Gore Verbinski, known for The Ring and The Mexican. Writers Ted Elliott and Terry Russo, who built a rich pirate mythology. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer, the mastermind become behind Hollywood spectacle. Music Hans Zimmer thought the first film score was mainly by Clues Battles. James Zimmer's teamed contribute heavily. The blend of adventure, humor, and emotional depth made the film stand out. The world felt alive from the being cracking ships to the ghostly moonlight scene. Every frame reflected the team's attention to detail. The legacy of the curse of the Black Pearl. Even after 2 decades, the curse of Black Pearl remains the masterpiece of adventure cinema. It redefined how Hollywood viewed fun movies, balancing visual effect, storytelling, and character driven humor. More importantly, it gave the world one of the cinema's most iconic characters in Jack Sparrow, whose every moment, slurred word, and smirk become instantly recognizable. The success of the first film did not just save the pirate genre, it made pirates cool again. In this section, we will cover the rise of the Pirates of franchise through the sequel Dead Man Chest at World's End and On Stranger Tide, along the behind the scenes stories, box office milestones, and deeper analysis of its legacy. The Age of Davy Jones and the Flying Dutchman and global domination. The sequel challenges building a bigger world. After the success of The Curse of the Black Pearl, Disney faced a thrilling yet risky challenge. How do you follow a masterpiece that revived an entire genre? The answer was simple: go bigger, darker, and more ambitious. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer and director Gore Verbinski wanted to expand the Pirates universe into something mythic, full of sea monster, cursed ship, ghostly captain, and massive naval battles. The writer Ted Elliott and Terry Riccio crafted a sprawling saga that would stretch across two epic films, Dead Man Chest and At World's End. Both movies were filmed back to back, a massive production effort that involved thousands of crew members, multiple countries, and months of filming on real ships and Iceland. Dead Man Chest, The Heart of Darkness. Plot summary: in Pirates of Caribbean, Dead Man Chest, Captain Jack Sparrow finds himself hunted by a terrifying new enemy, the supernatural sea captain Davy Jones, ruler of the ghostly ship the Flying Dutchman. John is cursed to ferry soul lost at sea and command a crew of men transformed into monstrous sea creature. A year ago, Jack made a deal with Davy Jones. Jones raised the Black Pearl from the depth in the exchange of the Jack's soul after 13 years. Now the time has come to Jack to repay his debt, and he will do anything to escape it. Meanwhile, Will Turner, Orlando Bloom, and Elizabeth Swann are arrested for helping Jack in the previous film. To earn their freedom, they must retrieve Jack's magical compass, which can point to whatever to hold a desire most. The story weaves multiple subplots of love, betrayal, destiny, the character path cross on the cost of the dead man's chest, which contain Davy Jones' still beating heart, whoever possesses in the control at the sea. The films end with betrayal and chaos. Davy Jones' mysterious kraken destroys the Black Pearl. Jack is dragged to his doom, and the surviving crew must unite for the rescue. In a shocking twist, Captain Barbossa returns from the dead, setting up the next film. Behind the scene, the Kraken and the CGI revolution. One of the biggest achievements of Dead Man Chest was its visual effect. The film's villain, Davy Jones, played by Bill Nighy, became a CGI milestone. Every frame of its potential covered face with computer generated. Yet it looked so real with audience assumed it was prosthetics. The studio behind this visual industrial light and magic using cutting edge motion capture and rendering techniques that changed Hollywood forever. The film also introduced the massive Kraken, a giant sea monster that took months of digital design to perfect. The film was done across the Caribbean, in locations like Dominica, the Bahamas, and the Saint Vincent. The crew faced storm, heat, unpredictable ocean conditions. Many sets were built directly on the sea, giving the movie a level of realism few blockbusters could match. Box office and critical response. When Dead Man Chest released in July 2006, it shattered box office record. It earned 135 million in its opening weekend in the US, the biggest debut ever at that time, and eventually crossed over 1.06 billion worldwide. Critics were mixed. Some found the plot complex, but everyone praised the visual, action, and Johnny Depp's performance. The film won an Academy Award for its best visual effects and became the highest grossing film of 2006. At World's End, the epic finale of the trilogy. Plot summary. The third film, Pirates of Caribbean at World's End, began with chaos. The East India Trading Company, led by Lord Cutler Beckett, has taken control of Davy Jones and the sea himself. Pirates across the world are being executed. To fight back, the remaining pirates unite at the Brethren Court, led by Captain Jack Sparrow, Elizabeth Swann, Will Turner, and Captain Barbossa. Their goal: defeat Beckett Armada and free the sea from tyranny. The story takes audience through ghostly realms, mythical lands, and one of the most breathtaking sea battle ever filmed. Elizabeth becomes the pirate king. Jack faces his inner demons and will destiny interact with Davy Jones' curse. In the film's emotional climax, Will stabs Davy Jones' heart, killing him but becomes the new captain of the Flying Dutchman. Doomed to ferry souls just as John once did, Jack, ever the survivor, sail away in the search of the foundation of youth, setting up future adventure. Production scale and challenges. At World's End with one of the most expensive film ever made at time, with a budget exceeding 300 million. Filming took place in California, Hawaii, and Singapore inspired set. The production team built full-scale ship and craft created vast digital ocean. Director Gore Verbinski described the shoot as controlled chaos on the water. Filming on real ships was dangerous. The crew battled waves, unpredictable weather, and the heavy equipment, but the realism is created on screen was unmatched. Box office audience reception. Despite its complexity, At World's End became another global hit, earning nearly 960 million worldwide. Fans were drawn to the spectacle, humor, and emotional farewell to the original trilogy. While critics were divided on the story destiny, most agree it was a visually stunning and fitted conclusion to the trilogy. It cemented Pirates of Caribbean as one of the most successful film series in history. Legacy of the original trilogy. By 2007, Pirates of Caribbean had achieved what no one thought possible, three massive hits in the row. The trilogy combined humor, fantasy, romance, and myth in a way that appealed to all ages. Jack Sparrow became a pop culture icon, and Disney had found a franchisee to rival Star Wars and Indiana Jones. The trilogy mix of real stunts, digital magic, and genuine heart made it timeless. Even today, scenes like Jack escaping the Kraken, the Maelstrom battle, and the airy Flying Dutchman are considered some of Hollywood's finest adventures moments. The Stranger's Tides 2011, A New Beginning. At At World's End, director Gore Verbinski left the franchise. Disney decided to take the story in a new direction with Pirates of Caribbean on Stranger Tides, directed by Rob Marshall, known for Chicago and the Memory of Scotia. Story summary. The film follows Captain Jack Sparrow's quest of the Fountain of Youth, a mythical spring sad a grand eternal life. Along the way, he encounters the fearsome pirate Blackbird, McShane, and his daughter Angelica Penelope Cruz, an old flame of Jack's who may not the trustworthy. The film introduced new adventures, mermaids, zombie, and treacher sea. Jack's character become more central than ever. Now free from the larger ensemble, he driven the story through wit, chaos, and charm. Behind the scene, on Stranger Tide was filmed largely in Hawaii and Puerto Rico, giving it a lush tropical look. The film's tone was lighter, more comedic, and focused on Jack's unpredictable journey rather than grand mythology of the previous trilogy. It was also shot in 3D, capitalizing on the post Avatar 3D craze of the early 2010. Box office and reception. Despite mixed review on Stranger Tides, was another financial giant, earning 1.4 billion worldwide, making it one of the highest-grossing film in history. Critic noted that while it lacked the emotional depth and original trilogy, Johnny Depp's charm carried the film. The movie proved that the Pirates brand was still alive. Audience loved Jack Sparrow even in new surroundings. The evolution of Jack Sparrow. Over the year, Captain Jack Sparrow became more than a character. He became a cinematic symbol. His walk, speech, and unpredictable humor defined the franchise. Depp's performance was both comedic and tragic, making Jack both a fool and genius. While the sequel made Jack more of the cartoonish figure at times, his core remained the same, a man who always sails into chaos and somehow comes out smiling. The long wait reviving the franchise. After on Stranger Tide 2011 earned more than $1 billion, Disney knew a pirate brand was still gold. Yet the studio wanted to rest the series before still setting sail again. Fans waited 6 long years until a new film, Pirates of Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales, was finally announced. Disney hired Joachim Ronin and Epson Sandberg, the knowing duo behind the sea adventure film Kon-Tiki, to direct. Their goal was to return the series to its emotional root, less complicated mythology, more heart and classic adventure. Dead Men Tell No Tale 2070, The Return of Old Legend. Plot summary. The story begins year after at World's End. Jack Sparrow has fallen on hard time. His crew was left him. His ship is lost and his luck is fading. But danger returns in the form of Captain Armando Salazar, Javier Bardem, a vengeful ghost pirate who commands a deadly crew trapped in the Devil Triangle. Salazar seeks one goal: destroy every pirate at sea, especially Jack Sparrow, who once tricked him into his death. Meanwhile, a younger sailor named Henry Turner, the son of the Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann, searched for the Trident of Poison, a powerful artifact said to break every curse of the sea. The teams up with Karina Smith, Kaina Scarlio, an intelligence astronomer accused of witchcraft, and together they join Jack on the race to find the Trident before Salazar does. Themes and tone. Unlike the sprawling scale of the previous movies, Dead Men Tell No Tales, focusing on legacy and redemption. Henry seeks to save his father. Will Turner, still cursed aboard the Flying Dutchman. Jack seeks to reclaim his lost pride. Karina searches for the truth about her mysterious father. The film blends humor with heartfelt emotion, bringing the saga full circle to the story of Will and Elizabeth family. Behind the scene, a new era of production. Filming began in Queensland, Australia, making it the largest movie production ever shot there. Over 1,000 local workers were hired and real ships were built in the large outdoor tank to create a realistic water sequence. The Australian government offered tax incentive, helping reduce the film to enormous 2030 million budget. The director used cutting-edge digital de-aging technology to show a young Jack Sparrow in flashbacks, something that amazed audience. Javier Bardem's ghostly appearance was achieved with a mix of digital effect and particle makeup, giving Salazar his hunting floating in water look. Box office and reception. Released in May 2017, Dead Men Tell No Tales opened strong, earning over 795 million worldwide. While not matching the $1 billion total of earlier installment, it was still a major success, especially in the international markets like China. Critics were divided. Some praised its emotional story and action, while others felt the formula was familiar. Fans, however, loved seeing Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann reunite in the post-credits scene, hinting that the saga might not be over yet. The franchise by the numbers. Across the 5 films 2003 to 2017, Pirates of the Caribbean has earned more than 4.5 billion globally, ranking among the top 10 highest grossing movies franchise of all time. The Curse of the Black Pearl 2003, 654 million. Dead Man Chest 2006, 1.6 billion. World's End 2007, 960 million. On Stranger Tides 2011, 1.4 billion. And Dead Man Tell No Tales 2017, 795 million. The franchisee consistent financial power proved that enduring love audience have for its world of pirates, myth and freedom. Critical legacy and cultural impact. Beyond box office numbers, Pirates of Caribbean changed the adventure genre itself. Before 2003, pirates films were considered box office poison. After Jack Sparrow, pirates become cool, funny, and endlessly marketable. The films also set new standard for visual effect and sound design. The underwater shot, ghostly ship, and Davy Jones' digital face remain some of the best work ever done by industrial light and magic. Hans Zimmer musical score, especially the iconic theme "He's a Pirate," become one of the most recognizable piece of music in modern cinema. The rhythm of drums and violin perfectly capture the feelings of sailing into chaos and glory. Culturally, Jack Sparrow became more than a movie character. He became a symbol of freedom and rebellion and humor. Johnny Depp's performance influenced fashion, pop culture, Halloween costumes, and even theme park redesign worldwide. Number 7. Behind the scene creative secret and challenges. Each movie brought its own share of on set story. Johnny Depp's improvisation often changed entire scene. Many of Jack's funniest lines were unscripted, born in the moment. Jeffrey Rush Barbosa insisted that Barbosa parrot be a real trained bird, not CGI. Keira Knightley filmed most of The Curse of the Black Pearl while still a teenager, juggling schoolwork between takes. The Kraken scene in the Dead Man chest were filmed using giant hydraulic rigs and splashes hundreds of gallons of water over the cast. The film's authenticity came from their blend of practical stunts and visual effects. Real ships, real location and real sweat made every scene come alive. The future of Pirates of Caribbean. Pirates of Caribbean 6. Disney officially confirmed development of Pirates of Caribbean 6. Top details remain under wrap. Screenwriter Craig Mazin, creator of Chernobyl and franchise veteran Ted Elliott have been working on the script since 2019. As of 2025, reports suggest that the next film may serve as soft reboot, introducing new characters while respecting the old continuity. Johnny Depp's return as Jack Sparrow remains uncertain after his legal controversies, but many fans and even some producers have expressed hope for his comeback. The Margot Robbie spin-off. In parallel, Disney developed another Pirates led by Margot Robbie and written by Christina Hodson, Birds of Prey. This version would create a female lead crew of pirates, focusing on fresh character and new oceanic legend. In 2022, Robbie mentioned the project had been paused by recent report indicate it might still happen as part of Disney future slate. Disney Plus and extended universe. There are also rumors of Disney Plus streaming series exploring the backstories of fan favorite pirates like Barbossa and Davy Jones. Disney has expressed interest in expanding the universe in a way similar to Star Wars, creating multiple storylines connected through the same world. Why the franchise will still matters. Even 2 decades after, Pirates of Caribbean continue to matter for several reasons. Timeless adventure. The mix of humor, danger, and magic appeal to all. Iconic character Jack Sparrow, Barbossa, and Davy Jones remain unforgettable personalities. Technical excellence. Each movie pushed the limit to visual storytelling. Emotional core, beneath the humor lie and a story about freedom, love, and destiny. Global appeal. The film broke language barrier, uniting audience across culture through adventure and laughter. For many viewers, Pirates of Caribbean represent childhood wonder, a time when stories of cursed gold, ghost ship, and a rum-loving captain could make the world feel exciting again. The future of Captain Jack Sparrow. Whether or not Johnny Depp returns, the spirit of Jack Sparrow will live on. His swaggering walk, unpredictable genius, and endless optimizing have become cinematic history. Depp once said in an interview, Jack Sparrow can't live forever because he is not just mine. He belonged to everyone who ever believed in freedom. Future film may bring new heroes and villains, but the pirate world will always echo with Jack's laughter and the sound of waves crashing against the deck of the Black Pearl. Box office legacy and award. The franchise has earned dozens of awards and nominations. Johnny Depp received an Oscar nomination for Curse of the Black Pearl. Dead Man Chest won Academy Award for Best Visual Effect. The series has multiple BAFTA and People's Choice Award. Hans Zimmer's music was nominated for several Grammys. Its financial and cultural legacy placed it alongside Star Wars, Marvel, and Harry Potter and one of Disney's crown jewels. The cultural symbolism of pirate. Pirates of Caribbean saga are not simple criminal. They represent freedom against control. The East India Company symbolize an authority of agreed